Good morning, everyone, and Merry Christmas Eve. I wanted to start it out on this side of the camera and just show you everything that I've collected this week. It's been an interesting week. We're kind of drying up on any of our grass. My neighbors are busy, so they're not dropping things off. I only have Brian, our neighbor with the grass, and he brings me some cardboard. And my neighbor across the street, Debbie, she brings me cardboard, but I think she's been busy, and I don't really want to bother anybody with this. So let me just show you what we're doing. For anybody who is just new, this is a 1,000 pound challenge I made strictly with myself, that I would divert things that maybe wouldn't have gone into the recycling. Like, I'm not counting any of my metal cans or anything that I normally recycle anyway. But it's just things like I was never putting my toilet paper rolls, my paper towel, my gift box things. They were kind of like they were going in the trash, to be honest. Any of the smaller things, things like although things like my cereal boxes, yes, we did send those out for recycling, but I am counting that 1,000 pounds towards that 1,000 pounds. And on August 1st, I did complete the challenge to 1,000 pounds, and now I'm onward and upward and trying to make it to 2,000. I don't think I'm going to get there, but for anybody who is interested in ever doing a recycling like this, you can add all your carbon goods, like your like your shredded papers, or just your newspapers, eggshell egg cartons, and paper bags. Remember, don't forget your Kleenex boxes. Any of those little things that could either be broken up and soaked in water and then put back into your soil. You can cut these up and make cute little, if you wanted to start your seedlings, you can actually take these, cut it 4 different ways, fold down your ends, and then you end up with like a little seedling holder that you can add a little bit of soil to and add your seed to, and that can go right back into the soil. It'll break down. The next year you won't even see it. Any of this shred and paper and things that we use, I take my tea boxes and I'll cover them, take them apart, I'll cover it with paper, and then it makes a really cute little gift box. If you're giving it to someone, they think, oh, isn't that the coolest idea? So all sorts of thoughts. I do have a shredder. I do shred my cardboard. I did everything in silly little Christmases this week so that you would see it is Christmas here. Also, any of your flowers or green leaves, if you have a mower, you can put it through your mower and then use that as you could use it as mulch if you didn't have wood chips, and you wanted to suppress your weeds, or you wanted to really enhance your soil. Lay down some cardboard, lay this on top of it. It will start to disintegrate. This, by the way, I have to show you this. I grow Moringa. Those of you who don't know Moringa is one of the most powerful plants on the planet. It's higher in vitamin A and C and E and B, name it, it's higher than. It's got antioxidants. It's really, really good for your health. So I've been growing it now for about a year and a half, and I had a tree that had gotten to the point where you really need to keep topping them so that they stay bushy. And this was behind, right up to our fence, for those of you who have watched us. And it's on so it's hanging over into the preserve. And it just kept getting taller and taller, probably 20 feet well, no, maybe not that, maybe about 15 feet tall. So we had to get out the big ladder. Rick had to tie the top of it with a rope, and I held the rope as he was cutting down below. So, it didn't hit him and didn't hit me. But anyway, I took it all apart. Now the top of the moringas, the leaves are really super green. I just want to show you if you can see I don't know if you can see the difference. But this has been dehydrated. This is probably about 5 ounces, and it took about 2 pounds of moringa leaves that were the top leaves and the really dark leaves. And so then I had all of these branches to cut up, and I just stood out there and I just cut them up by hand. I certainly need to sharpen my tools, but I cut it up by hand now, and I can feel that it is still wet, just the moisture that keeps coming out of this. I'm going to end up probably trying to dehydrate part of this just to give to my worms. Either that or just give this to my compost. My geobin would be really wonderful because that moisture would just heat up and would really break down quickly. So moving right along, sorry. If you are doing this, you've got the carbon side, you've also got fresh fruits and all the other goodies. And I didn't even bring any of that out today. I'm sorry, it's still in the freezer. If you have any banana peels, strawberry tops, if you're making potatoes and you cook your potatoes and you don't eat those skins, shame on you. But if you don't eat those skins, save the skins, and you can just chop them up or break them up or tear them up, or you could even soak them if you wanted to really get some nutrition into your plants. And then add that back into your soil. I mean, it's endless. We save our cereal boxes, and I save these plastic bags. They are great. Remember, they kept your cereal fresh. So if you've got something going in your freezer and you go, I don't want to throw it in the trash, where can I put this so that it isn't smelly by garbage day? Stick it in a bag like that. Stick it in the freezer. That way, the smells will stay contained, and you have a perfect thing that you didn't have to waste another bag on. If you've got old stale flour or cornmeal or biscuits or crackers or potato chips, pretzels, any of those things that you're going to throw away, I save all of my eggshells and I grind those, and you can't hear that. That's how fine it is. It's down to a powder. And is that those are fruit the fruit that I dehydrated and will feed to my worms. I'm trying to get the lid off, and I have it really on there tight. And then the other thing is I feed my worms Quaker's Oats. But can you smell that? Oh, is that just heaven? I can smell the strawberry tops that are in there and the banana peel that has been dehydrated and then put through the my NutriBullet. And also another thing, and this isn't anything that's counted, but when we have rice, we soak our rice, we rinse it, and then that rinse water has vitamin B in it, and that's given to my favorite plants, to be honest. And then my friend Sandra over at Nana's Worms and Garden, she mentioned this to me. I think it's a brilliant. All of my life, my mother did it. You drain your vegetables before you cook them. Although my mother didn't. She would just put everything in a pan and then scoop it out and then throw it away. But what a shame. That was all wasted, and it could have been given back into your plants to add glucose back into sucrose, actually, back into your soil. My worms, I told Rick, the worms, when they see me coming with the little container here of corn syrup, they just pull out their little funnels, put it in their mouth, and go, feed me, feed me. So anyway, anybody who speaks English might have caught that as a joke, and if you don't, well, then you're wondering, she has worms with funnels. Anyway, the other thing Sandra mentioned was don't throw away your can wrappers. And I thought, oh, we don't eat that much canned food. What could it be? This is just this week. We had olives. We had some soup. We had the corn, and I finished my peanut butter. So I think, she's right. And think about for the average person who does eat a lot of canned foods, how much goes to the garbage connect if you're even saving these things and putting them out, and it all goes to recycling, and they have to cut it off, rinse it, melt it down, whatever. What a gucky mess. And if we did this ahead of time and either put it out for papers or we put it back into our soil, what a great idea. So hang on just a sec. Here we go. I'm back. Let me just tell you real quick. I wanted to thank two people for sending me cards. One was Tony and Jackie Walsh. They have Walsh Homestead Adventures. If you want to check out a really nice channel, he's a very, very nice man. And the other to send me a card was Gary and Betty Leitz, and they're up in Newfoundland, in Gandor and Newfoundland. Did I say that right? Labrador. They're up in Canada. Anyway, it's GBL, the old church, 5-acre homestead. And it's GBL is Gary Betty Leet. And then the old church, 5-acre homestead. And he was so sweet. This is a magnet for my refrigerator and some stickers. So thank you to both of those gentlemen. For this week, it wasn't anything, no, as a friend of mine used to say, no great shakes. And, but I did get, this was strictly on my own and cutting down the tree. I did get 21 pounds, 13.2 ounces. So that brings the total to $18.95. Now, Gary had guessed 1870, so we're past Gary, but just by a smidge. And Nick over at Nick the Gardener had said 2,000 pounds. So we kind of decided we were going to go for the last two, an in-between number, which would be 1935. So I've made it to 1895. If I do 40 pounds this week, well then 41 pounds would be Nick the gardener would be have the bragging rights for guessing the right number. And if it's less than that, then it'll be Gary. I did get this in the mail during the week, and I said to Rick, oh, I don't know, could I do another year of recycling? And he just rolled his eyes. Although he's been going along with this and has really opened my eyes and his as to the amount of recycling that we all could do, but I can only say that it's been a pleasure. It's been work, and most of the things I would save anyway, but having to collect and do it all and weigh everything and keep an account and keep an account for you has given me purpose. I won't say it's been a drudge or anything like that, but it is a job. And if it meant that I could get a collective group to save, 10,000 pounds more than you were already saving, then boy, that would really be worth it, wouldn't it? And maybe that would be the nice way of doing it, is to have a challenge where you reach out to me and say, hey, I'm doing the same thing. Guess what I got this week? And then I could post and give an account of each one. That's a cool idea. So that was it. It's Christmas Eve. We're ready for Santa. We are definitely ready for Santa. So I even have out my coffee mug that is both right-handed and left-handed, which I am, and it's Starbucks seasonal blend, and it has just a touch of maple flavor in it. So very good. Merry Christmas, everyone, or Happy Holidays, whichever you celebrate. Take care, and remember, garden what you've got. See you next week. Bye-bye.